that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, not engaged. Nobody has been promised this woman. Alright? And lay hold on her, and lie with her, have sex with her, and they be found to find out. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. She shall be, and how we get a wife? By holding she, lying with she, and pay the father. Because why? You take the man possession, you take the man money. Without arrangement to say, well, the right thing, you speak to the father. You understand? Just like how Moses, how he got with Zipporah. You understand? He went to Jethro or Reuel. He has two names in the scriptures. Alright? Reuel means Ra'ai, Allah, friend of the Most High. You know, and Jethro, I don't really mean that the word Jethro. Alright, but you can look it up. That's where you have the apps there, internet, to look up words, meanings, Bible apps. Alright? How he got her by was by what? Jethro giving her to him. So that is another right way. The man, the father gives over the daughter to the man. But in case where that doesn't happen, like in this world today, most times men and women link up without parents knowing anything. They have sex. Is that sin? The scripture didn't say so. Where there is no sin, the law is not. Where there is no law, the sin is not imputed. They can never tell you it have breaking a traffic light is a crime if it don't have traffic laws. Alright, that's simple to understand. Continuing, then that man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. His wife now.
Which part in that talking about that ceremony or paper or a ring?
It never happened. Never happened. Because he had humbled her, he may not put her away all his days. But some say that because you had to write a bill of divorcement, that means you must have a contract, a signed contract, a signified contract where you put your signature on it to show that, hey, I'm in this bond with this woman. A man, alright, is not bound to no woman. The woman is bound to the man. That's what the scripture say. Remember in Romans 7 and verse 1. Because why? That is the man that take your virginity. That is the man that spill your blood. Go ahead.
Romans 7 and verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
You don't know the law. The people that come with all these different new doctrines, you want to go and know the law. Search the law properly to see if what you put in as a law is there. It's not. Go ahead.
I speak to them that know the law, how that the law had dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
So the law, so your pastor been lying to you, Christian, your pastors lied to you when they told you that the law's done away with. So the law had dominion over a man as long as he liveth. Go ahead.
For the woman which had an husband is bound by the law to her husband.
She bound by the law to her husband. Go ahead.
So long as he liveth.
So long as he liveth. And go ahead.
But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband.
If the husband dead, now she loose from the law. So we went to the law, and as you saw in the law, a man, he marries a woman without interacting with the father. Alright? Without the whole ceremony bullshit that they want to have here and going down on the knees, and it's not sin. Why that's so hard? But today, as we read the precept in Ecclesiastes, people trying to be righteous, they're trying to be even righteous more than the Most High. The Most High set up something one way, and say, nah, had to have a paper involved, had to have a ring involved, had to have a white dress, had to have all the fancy balloons and the flowers showing. Fools. Because those things don't even last long. You pay all that money, do all that semantics, and you and that person today in this world, because that wicked thing called divorce is now in existence, where a woman have the right to divorce a man. You understand? Scripture say what most I put together, let no man break asunder. And then the pastor now telling you, if it is you go to the church and get one of the church members' daughters pregnant, the pastor will counsel that woman, that girl, to leave you. Like breaking wedlock.
Amen.
And it's due to the ignorance, not knowing what marriage is. Alright? Should we clear that up? I'll call for next precept as well. Jeremiah 3 and 1. Just to prove the woman is she is the field. You're not supposed to play no field. You are the field. But
Jeremiah 3 and verse 1.
They're supposed to have one man in the entire lifetime. But
they say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become with another's man, she shall return unto her.
Shall she?
They say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall she return unto her again?
Shall
he return unto her again?
Go ahead.
Shall not that land?
Shall not what?
Shall not that land?
But we was not talking about
a woman.
A woman. Shall not that why was woman referred to as a land? Because man has the seed, and where you plant seeds into the land, and the land brings forth the fruit. So you women are just land, and then land is another possession. So proves it right there. All right, and you can't tell the farmer he could only have one land. The land, this piece of land, this lot of land, can come and tell you the farmer you can only farm on me.
Yeah. Madness.
But today we have women thinking that the man is subjected to only them. Is bound to them alone, no other. That is the misconceptions we have in the world today, and that's why we the prophets on the scene, clearing these things up, bringing things back in a rightful order. Now is not the time to try and see how much wives they can get away in captivity. So you're not supposed to be out there on a conquest looking for wives. Now is the time where the scripture say, Apostle Paul, great what's the word I want to use? Great advice from Apostle Paul. He said, they that have wives in these times, let them be as though they have none. Even in the same chapter 7, 1 Corinthians 7, he said that they tend to the Lord without distraction. Because in these times you have a work to do, and having all these wives will be a great distraction. Which you shouldn't allow. Alright, no matter amount of wives you have, but it's something that is factual. It's possible, highly possible. You have a lot of wives, you are going to be distracted. Time that and the effort that you're supposed to be giving the Lord, you won't be able to give him it because you have to now please these women. You have to now take care of these women. You now have to basically be as a husband when you're supposed to be as the scripture say, make full proof of your ministry. Do the work of an evangelist. This is what we were sent to do initially, importantly, in these times. Alright? Now we just clearing this up. This whole marriage thing is not something that I like to go into, because it's supposed to be so clear. You know, we should spend more time breaking down prophecies, getting into the thing, because this is the time, year 2021, where a lot of people don't even know what the mark of the beast is. A lot of you guys that fight on that talk about marriage, and you don't know what the mark of the beast is. But you want to study the debate marriage. This is not the time for that. But we will touch on it for your sake. Alright, for edification's sake, so that the flock don't get confused and then think that they have to go to these churches or the government to put themselves under no bond with no woman, setting the captives free. Alright?
And a man even went through that.
No?
And even
Isaiah.
Even
Isaiah Salakia.
What?
It's Isaac I meant to say.
Yeah.
Slip of the tongue.
Isaac never went through that. Joseph and Mary never went through that. We get guidance, sure.
That is it. It's the book Genesis 24. and verse 67. Let me get this in the blue letter, because the blue letter allows to go into different translations, and I believe that would be beautiful for this precept here. Genesis 27. Now the blue letter is sticking, alright. So let me just get there in a second. Genesis 24 and verse 67. Right. It says in the KJV, and Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, that hers Rebekah, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. He brought her into the tent, took her, and she became his wife.
With the ceremony is it? With the ring? With the paperwork? It no way to be found. So what, like some adding.
And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Now jumping down to the NIV. Isaac brought her into the tent of his mother Sarah. They're going into the tent, and I don't think they're going into the tent to play hopscotch. Because, or to talk, because they could have talked right. What they have to talk so?
And you know Jake Hot. So all of this thing guys, yeah, imagine, vision it.
We have to be real. We are students to reality. A lot of you guys out there, you're not students to reality. Alright? You're not students of the scriptures. Because the scriptures plain. It's a real thing. And that's why you have to be a man. You say, unto you men I call. You understand? Unto you, O men I call. Because men were created with a sense of logic. As the scripture says, the Most High deprived women of that understanding. So you men today that don't understand these simple things, you're embarrassing yourself. Alright? Right. Continuing in the NIV, Genesis 24:67, Isaac brought her into the tent of his mother Sarah, and he married Rebekah. He brought her in the tent and married her. Where was he? The mystery part with the priest sneaking, or the bishop sneaking and say by the power invested in me, it didn't happen. He had sex with her, cut the hymen. The blood was on the sheet. They had agreed together. She loved him, he loved her. Marriage. The word marry means to join together.
That's how it is. They didn't mean it on the word marriage, so we gotta go in all this fucking
ring her roses.
Yeah.
And that is it, cow jump over the moon, this run away with the spoon. All them things you get that in from school.
The search words is so simple.
Let go of the world. That's what you all them doing, you ain't letting go. What the scripture say? Then Romans 12, and you can start at verse 2.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that he may prove what is that good.
What is that good? Always good. Man and woman. Alright, the woman doesn't have a man. The man approaches that woman, has sex with her, makes her his wife. That is good. That is not bad. What is bad is what you're seeing today.
All these pagan custom, they're trying to fucking bring into the scriptures.
What's bad is a man going on when you save up your money first, you work hard. Go in a jewelry store, take out a ring, go down on your knees, he bow to this woman. When he bow to this woman now, this woman reject him. No.
Yeah, no. A fucking servant will tell you no. Search up the meaning of woman. Woman means servant. You understand? Or a servant will come and tell a man was created above you. No.
And then that come like a big. You just go on YouTube, alright, and type in compilation. Let's type in compilation of what is called that? In proposals that went wrong. And meaning by it went wrong in the way that the man had a whole scene set up. He bring in violin men, all kind of thing, choir, he bring in all kind of thing. He bring the sun and the moon to hear him no.
Spend a whole set of fucking money to hear him no.
Let's take it, let's go back to the remember that in Jeremiah 6:16. The old parts, man. Take it by force.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and And verse 16, thus said the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old parts.
Or they used to do things in ancient time like men.
Take that. If it no, you gotta watch where you're taking. Make sure it's not a man property.
That's it.
And that is it. And if it's not a man property,
And that was the importance of the head covering as well.
that's right. That's
You
right.
understand? The head covering, as Apostle Paul broke it down. It was we will go into that as well. 1 Corinthians 11. I have to get to the blue letter because the other translation explain it perfectly. Alright? But he was saying something. You finish what you're saying? Gone. You understand? The old part, you finish all that precept.
Gone. Old parts. Where is the old parts? Where is the good way?
The what?
The good way.
Good way.
And walk therein,
And walk
and ye shall find rest for your
You
souls.
find rest to your soul. You don't have to hot up your head now to go and propose God, because that's a big thing now in the world. Jakes, their mind uneasy. Like I was watching this show, Creed. You ever watch Creed with the boxer, the Jake that started boxing? His father was a boxer, but he died. His father died in the ring. Alright, Rocky Balboa, which is Sylvester Stallone, became his coach. And he ended up meeting this chick in the apartment where he was staying, and she was with him along the journey of his boxing career. She come a lot of his matches. She saw times when he lost, saw times. So that was his woman, his wife. They had sex already. You understand? And then it had this John Teddy movie where he was like, that's part 2. He was all worried and depressed, and he was like in a man sit down in a thinking mood, brainstorming how he going and propose to her. A big boxer. A boxer supposed to be a austere man. Sit down. He catching cold sweaty, getting goosebumps, all kind of thing to approach this woman. You understand? To do foolishness basically. Because you done already pop this woman. Alright, you had sex with her already. That was the true marriage, the consummation of the initiation, the intimacy of the marriage, and you still looking to do more. That's a folly set in great dignity. You understand? Now you can't tell a man how to get married. If a man wants his marriage should be grand, we're not trying to tell you how your wedding should be, how you're married. If it is you decide to have something grand the day you're gonna pop your wife, it's all fine and well. It had wedding in the scripture. The time you have Shai's first miracle. But when people start to say that a man having sex with a woman and they didn't have no grand coming together, a grand ceremony is wrong. That is where we step in and start to correct. Alright? Because that's a misconception. That's misleading teachings. Alright? Because if you teach that, then you don't believe that Joseph and Mary had sex. And that's the question to you men that don't teach that teach sex before marriage is sin. Do you all believe in a virgin birth? And if you all do, you leave it in the comment section and we'll do a response. We'll explain to you that whole virgin immaculate conception was really a deception.
Nice word, proper word.
Can. So you have to finish off, when is the good way and walk ye in it.
Yeah, you have rest for your soul.
And you have rest for your soul. You don't have to hot up your head. You don't have to hot up your head behind all them things. It's just simple and plain out. The scripture talk about the simplicity that is in Yahushai. When you come to this knowledge, you no longer deal with things on a worldly technical level. You come back to basics. Go ahead.
They say we will not walk there.
They say nah, we didn't deal with that. Because we do this lesson here, they listen to it and still thinking that we still rolling with the vibes of the world. But we go ahead, wasting money, especially this time of the pandemic, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're big on your sense. Alright? Foolish.
You get the oh yes, getting some right. In the different translation, you get it already?
No, I didn't get ours yet. I'm going to the 1 Corinthians 11 here and verse 10, I want to believe. Right. 1 Corinthians 11 and let me start at verse 3. We all hate to hear this precept. You women, that is, but I'll bring it out still. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is the Lord. You have women being heads of the household. That shouldn't be. Scripture says a woman should not usurp authority over the man. It's plain. Women presidents, prime ministers, that's off. That ain't gonna happen so in the kingdom to come. You women are gonna be where you belong, as servants. That's what the word woman. Look it up. Look up the word woman in online etymology dictionary. That is your homework, you women. Alright? Continuing, and the head of the man is and the head of the woman is the man. Beautiful. And the head of the anointed, Yahweh, is Yahweh's father. So that's a cold cut to even Trinity doctrine. Where they all is a oneness. Yeah, it is a oneness in the sense of they agree together, but it has order to it. There's levels to it. Not 3 in 1, stick up. Kind of chimera is that? That disorder.
Confusion.
Alright, verse 4 says, every man praying or prophesying having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. So that's why we do these lessons, that we don't see us with hats on, you know, or like the things like these, what these Muslims wear, you know. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she was shaven. Like it had this one chick that told me, she says she think that the instructions that I given her different from the instructions I got. She think, so what she's saying is that she feel as though I given her instructions that I not keeping. You understand? When it is the instructions are different. That is just simply it. The instructions are different.
But we're not equal.
We're not the same. It has, the Most High is teaching women how to be women, teaching men how to be men. So if it is the scripture say you have to keep your head covered, that is for you. That is not for me. If the scripture says that you have to have one mate in your whole lifetime, that is for you. That is not for me.
Yeah.
Continuing, it says, verse 5, but every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even one as if she was shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. So cover your hair. Alright? And it's going to go into the significance of it as well. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of Yahweh, but the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Beautiful Apostle Paul. Continuing, verse 10. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Now when you read this in other translation, it clears it up. Alright, we're going to get it in let us take it again. Let's try again. Wait us a second. Right, we're inside here now. 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 10 in the NKJV. For this reason, the woman ought to have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angel. So the head covering is a symbol. A symbol is our indication, a sign that, hey, I am under the authority of a man. I have a husband. It wasn't no ring on finger shit. Alright? Continuing in the NASB 20. Therefore the woman should have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. So you mightn't understand it because of the angels as yet. So NLT will explain it here for you. For this reason, And because the angels are watching, a woman should wear a covering on her head to show she is under authority. I think that is the best one you can get it. If you don't understand it yet, as you can see from a doctrine be here, you to them that are lost. You're lost. You're ignorant, you're arrogant, you're proud towards the scriptures, the knowledge of the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
Alright? So marriage it ain't technical as they put it. It's simple. This is the simple, this is the good way. Walk ye in it. All that technicalities is okay in the world, and that is why in the world, when you marry a woman, she can end up living with most of your possessions. And they call that right.